So obviously I can't predict the future, but with Maelstrom's portfolio, we are max long. And so we've taken all of our excess cash and we've been buying Bitcoin from 90,000 all the way down to 74,000. And so we're not buying anything else. All we'll be doing now is waiting for alt season to come around and sort of rejigging in the portfolio to maybe going to some high quality alts. But we are at maximum crypto exposure. I believe that this bull market will now continue, and 74,500 was the low for this particular part of the cycle.
아서헤이즈는 세계 최대 암호화폐 파생상품 거래소였던 비트맥스의 공동 창립자입니다. 월가 출신 트레이더로 비트코인 시장에서 가장 선도적인 인물 중 한 명이죠. 특히 그의 시장 분석은 빠르고 날카롭기로 유명하고 때로는 논란이 될 만큼 대담한 발언으로도 주목받고 있습니다. 이런 그가 이번 토큰2049에서 숨기지 않고 본인의 포트폴리오 전략과 시장에 대한 예측을 그대로 공개했습니다.
I think people have not focused on what he's been saying for the last 12 years. He campaigned in 2016 on the Main Street getting a bad deal, whatever you want to classify that is. His base, people who don't have college education, lost their manufacturing jobs over the past 50 years, and he is their champion and returned them. Whether or not you believe that, doesn't matter. That's the rhetoric. And so he started to trade war with China in 2018, kind of petered off a bit, and then he revamped it in 2024 or 2025 with these tariffs, right? And so at the end of the day, we're realigning the global supply chains and finance and capital. And so America needs to go from a deficit to a neutral country, which basically means China has to reverse those flows. And that's what we're seeing. Now, the speed and the pace and how fast it happens, that's the question. People were a bit surprised with how hard he went at tariffs. But make no mistake, this is just a symptom of the same decoupling disease that's been going on, for many, many years. And it's a bipartisan effort. It's not just Trump. Biden also continued this China bashing and sort of decoupling. So again, it doesn't matter. They'll be what they be. Absolutely. And I think at the end of the day, what people need to understand is that Trump and Besson and globally policymakers cannot handle volatility. They're structurally short volatility. So when you have bond volatility rising as it did in early April after the Trump tariffs, they swung into immediate action. They tempered their, how great they were going to, big or going to go on tariffs. And we saw Bitcoin rally aggressively. Stocks have followed. I think NASDAQ was up on the month, even after all that happened, right? So at the end of the day, we know what the response is. The response is money printing. We know what the triggers. It's bond market volatility. And so next time this happens, and guess what? Trump's going to return back to maximalist position on tariffs to get what he wants from the other allies or even China. And so we're going to have a repeat of what happened in April. But this next time, I don't think Bitcoin trades down with stocks. I think Bitcoin just says, oh, okay, well, I know that they're going to have to print more money because this divorce is going to be very expensive. So I'm just going to keep rallying. And I don't care if NASDAQ's down 10 and 20%. So obviously I can't predict the future, but with Maelstrom's portfolio, we are max long. And so we've taken all of our excess cash and we've been buying Bitcoin from 90,000 all the way down to 74,000. And so we're not buying anything else. All we'll be doing now is waiting for alt season to come around and sort of rejigging in the portfolio to maybe going to some high quality alts. But we are at maximum crypto exposure. I believe that this bull market will now continue, and 74,500 was the low for this particular part of the cycle. But I think the new narrative is going to be fundamental season. What's fundamental season? It's real users who pay real money for real service, right? And so there's very few projects that actually do that. And so that's what the products we're looking for. We're big in Pendle, best sort of fixed income trading platform, is profitable as a protocol. I've been obviously very vocal about EtherFi. They just launched their EtherFi cash card. They're going to bring millions of people into the crypto ecosystem by allowing them to spend stables, borrow against their staked ETH, using the Visa network. And they're going to build a new neobank. Again, customers, cash flow, profit goes to token holders. These are the types of things that we're looking for. If your token is some high FTV, low float thing that went down 95% in the last, 2023, 2024, and you have no traction, you're not getting levitated. There'll be a new narrative that people are gonna ape into, and it's not gonna be that. We're gonna have to return to actual cash flows, and there's probably less than 50 projects that actually have real cash flows. So, if this is public knowledge, Maelstrom participated in the UPXI offering. They are now buying Solana as sort of a treasury function. So, we are long that stock. So we're participating in this. This is essentially just TradFi financial engineering games, right? There's a particular set of investors who, for whatever reason, cannot or will not buy underlying coin. They can only buy listed equities. And so there are some financial engineers who said, okay, well, I have this buyer who wants crypto but can't buy crypto. So I'm going to put it in a wrapper that they can understand, and then you have these products trading at premiums. But if you can buy Solana, Bitcoin, ETH, in the real markets, why would you trade these products? It doesn't make any sense. But that's the trade that we're betting on. Will this get out of hand? There's too much leverage. I don't know, but when the music's playing, I'm gonna dance. No, because I can buy Bitcoin. If you couldn't buy Bitcoin, then you have the Bitcoin ETF. You're basically trading the premium or discount of this thing. It's a little bit more complicated than just like buying Bitcoin. I'm not exactly sure that's suitable for a lot of people, but again, depending on what your fiduciary restrictions are, that might be all you can have. And that's what Michael Saylor is betting on. It's like there's this group of people that got a lot of money, but because of dumb rules, they can only buy one thing. So he's going to satisfy them. I think there was a video of me at Space Club in Miami dancing when I got the news that President Trump pardoned us. Oh, it was great. So yeah, very thankful for that. We were onwards and upwards. I think that when governments buy things, they buy things for political reasons. And so if you get really excited when they're buying it, then you get really scared when they're selling it. And they're gonna go both ways. And so I think that we shouldn't really get too enthusiastic about this. It's an open protocol. If they want to buy it, great. That's what it's there for. Do I really think we should be lobbying as expending political capital to buy Bitcoin? No, but spend political capital to make sure that there's freedom of information, that people can code without fear of going to jail or retribution. That's what I think we should spend our energy on. Not whether or not XYZ government is going to buy Bitcoin with their sovereign funds.
헤이즈는 현재 모든 여유 자금을 비트코인 매수에 올인하고 있으며 알트 시즌이 돌아오면 그때 알트코인으로 포트폴리오를 재정비할 계획이라고 합니다. 강세장이 지속될 것이라는 믿음으로 74,500달러가 이번 사이클의 저점이라고 예상하고 있죠. 그는 또한 미국은 중립국가로 전환해야 하며 트럼프의 중국 관세 정책은 디커플링 노력의 일환으로 보고 있습니다. 정부가 비트코인을 사는 것은 긍정적인 신호이지만 양방향으로 움직이기 때문에 매수에 신중을 하라고 조언합니다. 우리는 객관적인 시각으로 투자를 해야 하고 지금 당장만 보고 투자할 게 아니라 미래를 보고 투자를 해야겠죠. 010-2472-0429 전화번호로 탈겜이 적어서 문자 보내주시면 2025년 비트코인과 코인 시장에 대한 분석, 정보들 공유해드리겠습니다. 현재 우리에게 중요한 것은 이러한 정보를 어떻게 활용할 것인가입니다. 지금까지 영상 시청해주셔서 감사하고요. 다음에 더 좋은 영상으로 찾아뵙겠습니다. 감사합니다.